On July 8th, 1997, the Major League All Star Game was held in Cleveland, Ohio. Chris Berman of ESPN did this bit at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about meshing up rock and roll and baseball nicknames. Strike three. Does not work. Cool to see the Rock on Cleveland, though, on ESPN.
If you like it when we get our groove on, you know, the mojos and booyahs and God, it's in no soup for you, and aloha means goodbye, in fuegos, ricolas, and every other Sports Center catchphrase, you got to understand. We were all influenced by the originator of the Sports Center shtick, Chris Berman, and his pop-influenced nicknames. Put Berman anywhere near the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, you have a big old block party. Tuesday at the Cleveland Music Hall, Boomer unveiled his top 10 rock and roll baseball nicknames of all time. Strap in and peep the madness with Boomer.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, where the greats in rock and roll and the greats in baseball will collide the next couple of days. Kind of like this electric blue jacket and my Jerry Garcia tie. Oh, you can feel the positive vibes of jogging George Hendricks, Jim Presley, Sean Berry, and of course, the Fab Four are here. George Brett, Paul Molitor, Tommy John, and Bill Rigney. All right, that's a stretch, but what a great place for me to unveil my Hall of Fame rock and roll baseball nicknames. In Cleveland, they love rock and roll and they love baseball. The manager of the Tribe, Mike China Hargrove, and their first baseman, Jim Tomey, Can You Hear Me? Who? That's right, they sang it. Here are some classics, so we won't get fooled again. From the early days at ESPN, one of our favorites, Julio, Won't You Let Me Take You on a Sea Cruise. And now on the current Mariners, Bobby, We All Live in Ayala Submarine. Want some classic rock? Open the doors with Riders on the Storm Davis. Or Mark Carrion, My Wayward Son, who really should have played with Kansas City. Or Back to the Who with John Teenage Wetland. One of the greatest songs ever. Procol Harum reliever Don Whiter Shade of Paul. Nobody was louder or faster running from the pen to the mound than Craig Def Lefferts. The Blue Jays' Carlos Delgado de Vita has hit home runs farther than Iron Butterfly can fly. It's fitting that a shortstop playing in Southern California is named Gary Little Old Lady from Disarcenia. And Barry U.S. Bonds can hit till 2:45. How about that for a couple of opening guitar riffs? Well, now it's time for our top 10, which of course comes from my greatest hits album, which outsold the Rolling Stones' Hot Rocks 2-1. We're standing in front of, yes, the wall, which is why it's pink. You know what's coming because we don't need no education. What we do need is the Rockies' John. All in all, it's just another brick in the Vanderwall. Oh, what a lucky man he is to be playing on the American League's best team, Rafael Emerson Lake and Palmero. Kirby Union Gap Puckett was beloved by all fans, young girls and old men alike. Was there ever a more important guitar song than Dwight Johnny B. Gooden? Well, maybe you could build a pretty good case for Nick, You Got Me on My Knees, Leyva. From our rock and roll aficionado department, Mark Eve of Destruction McGuire. This 60s signature tune sung by Barry McGuire. That's what Mark does at the baseballs when he connects. And for you Warren Zevon fans, Louis Soho in the Rain. One of the best albums ever was Bob Dylan's Steve Blood on the Traxel, a song by the Rays in the 50s, redone by Herman's Hermits in the 60s, Jim Two Silhouettes on Deshays. And number one on the Billboard chart, Vaughn Purple Haze. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. What a team. I'm all shook up. Let's go back to Phil Collins' favorite place, the Stu Studio.
My own Bermanism, or is it my own Elvisism? When Bob and I get back, how much of a black eye will Tyson's ear chomp leave? How will history treat his real meal? Stick and stay. We're back.